Hey everybody, it's Bevin. I'm here with an episode of the Lesbian Tea Basket where I rate and review tea and reclaim tea parties for lesbians. So I'm here a cold fall night. It's like super mid-fall. And post-Halloween, because I'm having a little Halloween FOMO because I didn't really do anything for Halloween. I had Rebel Cupcake last month, which is in the middle of the month. Was an early Halloween party, so I wore like a Glinda the Good Witch, Wizard of Oz theme Halloween costume, and lots of cool queers were dressed in costumes, so that was really fun. And then I got super sick, and so by the time Halloween rolled around, I was like still sort of recovering from the flu, and I almost went out, and then I just didn't because it just was like, it felt like too much, and I didn't want to push myself because my doctor said if I pushed myself, I was going to get pneumonia, and that is not a good look. So I wanted to, on this episode, do a little Halloween redux. I have a special guest star, Macy, my Shih Tzu, who is dressed like a gay unicorn. Isn't she amazing as a gay unicorn? She thinks so. She's really into the costumes that she has, actually. I've been dressing her in costumes since she was a puppy. But this one she hates the most of any costume ever. She's not a happy gay unicorn. But I call it gay unicorn because it's got these, like, special pink sparkly earring, or pink sparkly star ear things. She's like, oh, come on, Mom. Also, the groomer totally stole her beard. She usually has a long, luxurious beard that you can see in previous episodes of the Tea Basket, and it is missing now. Like, I was very specific to them, keep the beard long, keep her ears long, and I came back and she looks like a puggle now because she has, like, just a little face and all these jowls. She's like, oh, please stop. Okay, so Macy, thanks for being on the Tea Basket. And so, today's tea that we're reviewing is Lipton Herbal Ginger Twist. Now, I am not someone who will ever go out of her way to buy Lipton. Honestly, like, I feel like it's super generic American tea, and there's nothing really special about it. So, like, why buy it if you can buy something more interesting? I grew up in a Celestial Seasonings / Red Rose Tea household. Those were the brands that we had. But this tea is actually pretty good. I actually bought it because I have this, like, weird scarcity thing, where sometimes when I go to somebody's house and I'm, like, afraid, like, that they won't have something that I need for my comfort, like, it freaks me out, and so sometimes I bring it along with me. So I was going over to my girlfriend's house. We're not girlfriends anymore. The other night, and I was like, I really want a cup of tea. It's getting cold, blah, blah, blah. And I was pretty sure she didn't have any because she's not really a tea person. So I, like, went to the bodega around the corner from her house, and I bought this before I came in, thinking I would leave it at her house, and then we broke up. So it's a sad story, but I walked away with my things in a bodega bag, which will make a really good poem someday when I'm ready to write it. But in the meantime, I want to rate this tea. So it was amazing that this bodega with this deli cat walking around led me to this tea. It was the only herbal tea that they had. So it was, like, not one of those moments where I sat and contemplated like I do in front of the wall of teas at, like, Whole Foods or whatever. So anyway, Ginger Twist, I was sold because it is a mix of a lot of things that I like. Orange peel, ginger root, coriander, lemongrass, roasted chicory root, cinnamon, hibiscus flowers, lemon peel, licorice root, natural flavor. I don't know what natural flavor is. That sketches me out. Cloves and soy lectin. That also sketches me out. However, again, bodega tea. What do you expect? So anyway, in their little packets, they have little quotes on their tea bags that say, it says Lipton tea can do that. And it doesn't try to warm your soul even a little bit. It's really just a basic tea. What I liked about it is that it is a ginger tea that is not too spicy. A lot of people complain. I like spicy tea, but I can't always handle spicy tea. But also, especially because I have tummy problems, my flu was terrible. It was very stomach related, and I was literally in bed for 7 days. And I drank through an entire box of peppermint tea because ginger tea, even though my doctor said I should have it, was too spicy for me, and it just felt like it was just upsetting. So eventually I graduated to regular full-strength ginger tea. It was crazy and spicy, but this one actually feels like it would have been a nice thing to have while I was sick because it's a much milder one. Full disclosure, I'm not drinking it right now. I'm drinking a different tea because I'm at my house and I have a big selection. But I wanted to review this because I thought it was a fun bodega tea story, and I did just drink some. So my rating of Ginger Twist Lipton Herbal for it not warming your soul at all, but, you know, being a nice tea box that you can buy at a bodega out of necessity is a solid 3 labri, right in the middle. It's a good enough tea. It'll get you through the day. Maybe it'll settle your stomach. Maybe that soy lectin will do something weird to you. I don't know what soy lectin does. I've been really concerned about factory farming lately, so that's where my thing lies. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about today is I wanted to talk about this amazing appliance. It's a tea appliance, because here on the Tea Basket I like to talk about accessories too. As a femme, accessories are very important to me. So this is a Sunbeam hot water kettle thing, electric kettle I guess is what they're called. My friends Christy and Becky, who are amazing and have this really amazing daughter Etta, who is my niece by choice, have always been tea friends of mine. Like, they're the kind of people, I've been going to their house for over a decade, and they always have tea available, and they're avid tea drinkers, especially Christy. And they've always, like, for years they've had, like, electric kettles. So this is the brand that they have now, and once I got full into my tea glory last winter, I was very invested in getting a tea kettle of my own, like theirs. So I got the same brand. I got it at Target for like 20 bucks, and it has been totally the best value I've ever gotten. Number one, it turns itself off automatically once it's done boiling, which is great because it doesn't scream at you. And I have to say that this whole tea kettle situation, when you're boiling water and it makes this piercing noise, isn't tea supposed to be calming? I feel like it should be a calming experience, and I appreciate the ritual of the tea kettle whistling or whatever, but I just feel like that's a get to business whistle. And frankly, I want my business to be chilling out when I'm having tea. So it can start in the brewing, and this is just like, you just sort of listen to the water change, and then the water gets a little bit more feisty, and then you see the steam popping out, and it's ready. And then eventually, if you forget about it, like I tend to forget about things, and then that's no good with the tea kettle on your stove, if you forget about it, it shuts itself off, and then it's great. So, also I have a tea drinking forgetful roommate, so this has really just been a win for our household. They don't ask about, do you have an electric tea kettle on your renter's insurance application, but I think that they should, because I think it probably does prevent house fires in some way. So anyway, I give the Sunbeam electric tea kettle situation a solid 5 labri. It's super useful and amazing, and it sits right next to my Lesbian tea basket, ready for me at a moment's notice. Also, I think that it boils water faster than a regular tea pot, because it doesn't have to, the heating element's inside it, and it just heats the water directly instead of heating around the water in the kettle. My opinion, I'm not a scientist. I totally ditched my science major in college, so I don't know. So anyway, this has been the Lesbian Tea Basket. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you keep it fabulous.